Good afternoon, my dear student. Uh, Today I will discuss about disaster management. So, first, what do you mean by the term disaster? Disaster means a sudden accident or a natural catastrophe that causes great damage or loss of life. A disaster is a serious disruption occurring over a short or a long period of time that causes widespread human, natural, economic, or environmental loss, which extend which exceeds the ability of the affected community or society to cope using its own resources. Then, uh, I repeat again about disaster. A disaster is a serious disruption occurring over a short or long period of time which causes widespread human, material, economic, or environmental loss, which exceeds the ability of the affected community to cope using its own resources. Next, classification of disasters. It may be classified first by two ways. One is natural disaster, another is man-made disaster. Natural disaster can be classified as biological disaster, geographical disaster, or geophysical disaster, hydrological disaster, meteorological disaster, and climatological disaster. Biological disasters are viral infection disease, bacterial infection disease, parasitic infection disease, fungal infection disease, insect infection, or animal stampede. These are the biological disasters. Geophysical or geographical disasters, mainly earthquake, volcanic eruptions, mass movement in dry condition, that is rockfall, landslides, etc. etc. Hydrological disaster contain flood, mainly general flood, flash flood, storm, tsunami, coastal flood, and mass movement in wet condition, that is rockfall, landslide, etc. Meteorological disaster, mainly storm, tropical cyclone, extratropical cyclone, lands, local storm, etc. Climatological disaster have heat wave, cold wave, extreme winter condition, drought, wildfire, forest fire, land fire, etc. So this is the natural disaster classification. There are other branches of disaster that is man-made. That may be three types: industrial accident, transport accident, or miscellaneous accidents. In industrial accident, there are chemical spread, collapse, explosion, fire, gas leak, poisoning, spread, radiation, and others. Man-made disasters, uh, transport disaster, mainly air, road, rail, water, etc. And miscellaneous accidents, collapse, explosion, fire, and others. So this is the classification of disasters. Now we discuss about different type of disasters. Flood. Flood means an overflowing of water into land that is normally dry is known as flood. Causes of flood: melting of ice, increase the sea water level, high tides or storm increases the water level of sea, earthquake under the sea or ocean that increases the water level of sea, heavy rainfall increases also the water level of sea, and that creates the flood effect. It causes huge loss of life and properties, destroy transport system like rail, road line, etc., destroy agricultural land and agricultural fields, disturb the normal drainage systems, and causes different disease, malaria, typhoid, cholera, etc., etc. Then management of flood. Planting of trees to retain extra water, canal cut to divert flood water. Number three, national policy of flood control in 1954 applied. Build a flood center in different lower region in the countries. Number five, burns reservoir are used to prevent the floods. Number six, embank- embankment slides are built for flood control. Next, drought. Drought means a prolonged period of abnormally rainfall lead to a shortage of water. Causes: abnormally low rainfall, existence of high pressure systems, winds carrying continental rather than the oceanic air mass. Effects: it greatly affects the biodiversity of our ecosystems, causes loss of thousands of people and their financial hands, causes loss in agricultural field and fisheries industries. Management: to manage the drought, first use harvesting the rainwater, construction of farm ponds, and which are used for our agricultural purpose and other domestic and industrial purpose also. Drought planning, that means records of earlier droughts has been kept and areas can be subdivided according to this. Cyclone. Next, cyclone. Cyclone is an atmospheric system characterized by rapid inward circulation of air masses accompanied by stormy, destructive weather. I repeat again: an atmospheric system characterized by rapid inward circulation of air masses accompanied by stormy, destructive weather. Causes: when the water vapor in our upper atmosphere is absorbed the heat from surroundings, water vapor rises into the atmosphere where it cools down. When water vapor changes back into liquid form, they rejected the heat into the atmosphere. As a result, air gets warm, and this warm air tends to rise and cause a drop in pressure. The air move from surrounding high pressure to low pressure area. As a result, there is a flow of air, and this cyclic is rapidly. Uh, this cycle is repeated and leads to formation of cyclone. Effect: the cyclone greatly affect on forest, many trees, building collapse, kills many people, destroy school building, railways platforms, and etc. And also it block the railways and road systems, telephone communication systems, collapse, prolonged rainfall, causes prolonged rainfall and make causes flood. Management of cyclone. Government ever Government warn about the cyclone when it is known to attack. Special warning are given to sports, farmer, fishermen. General people can get warning from cyclone warning center by TV, radio, news, etc. So, before ending my lecture today's, recapitulate today's class. So, we're learning about disaster management, what is disasters, their classifications, and different disasters like floods, cyclone, drought, etc. So, thank you everybody. Stop my lecture now.